Jason Aldean is defending his controversial music video after it was pulled from rotation on CMT.
I can't remember a time, at least in the last 30 years, where a video got yanked because suddenly there was an uproar.
You know, if you don't think we're in a battle or in some kind of crazy war in this country right now, you gotta be crazy.
In the video, images are projected on a building, some showing clips of protests, looting, and tense police encounters.
Carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store.
But Aldean fired back at critics, tweeting, "There is not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it. And while I can try and respect others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far."
Also, let's be sure that we show our support for those people that are willing to stand for truth, even when it comes to this woke crap. Make sure you check out our merch store, which will be linked in the description section. We got 2 t-shirts that are available, so if you agree with Mr. Aldean, as I do, get your t-shirt today. We're only going to have them available for a limited time, plus I'm going to add an additional 15%. So let's get into this. Woke people that are attempting to shut down people and businesses, kind of like what they did here to Mr. Aldean. These people hate America. They hate everything about America, including our freedom and even our flag, which some of these idiots will even go out and burn, sadly. Most of you have probably heard this by now, so if you don't know who Jason Aldean is, he's a country music artist, and he just recently had his video called "Try That in a Small Town" pulled by Woke CMT, country music channel, video channel, whatever, whoever they are. So let me start by saying this. You will never convince me that Jason Aldean is a racist. I don't care what you do. And you know what's funny? I guarantee you that nobody has ever questioned him until they disagreed with him politically. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting tired of it. We got to start fighting back, y'all. We got to. As a black man, and even as a former police officer, I have never bought even into that false narrative that was going on with all this woke crap, the woke riots back in 2020 and even 2021. I never bought into it. And now, being somebody who is actually living in the country in a rural setting with a whole lot of people that don't look like me, I have never seen more love, more people willing to help me and my wife, more people willing to have my back, and this after being a city boy pretty much all my life. I rarely saw that in the city. I truly believe that Jason Aldean made one of the greatest videos of our modern times, our current times. I truly can feel the sentiment that comes across in the video. He's not talking about race in the video. He's not talking about lynching people, which they're trying to accuse him of, sadly. He's talking about things that are crimes. Things like carjacking people, or robbing old ladies, or robbing liquor stores or convenience stores. Last I checked, these were crimes, and I've actually arrested people for these crimes. Actually, these are felonies, but we won't talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that, right? What I got after watching his video was that the whole theme or the whole message in the video is him basically saying, hey, if you're going to come to our small town and you're going to try to rob an old lady, or if you're going to rob one of our liquor stores, or if you're even going to spit in a cop's face. Woo, as a former cop, that one gets me every time. Spitting in a cop's face. Anyway, what he's saying is try that in a small town. In a small town where we support each other. We stand with each other. And they end up pulling his video? Come on. What he's talking about is we stick together in a small town. We're not having none of that riffraff or none of that craziness in our small town. That's just how it is. Come on, people, wake up. Do you not think that they won't hesitate to come after you next, or your business, or your family? You see, these big town cities, especially places like California, Seattle, New York, just to name a few, Portland, they will let you beat the snot out of people right there in the street and then let you walk free within a few hours of doing it if they even arrest you at all. What he's saying is we're not having none of that in a small town. In a small town, from what I've seen, people will hunt you down and deal with you themselves. I don't know how any of you feel about what it is I'm saying, but make sure you drop some comments in the comment section. This stuff is beyond unacceptable, what's going on in this country. Now, let me say this. I'm not trying to talk about myself. This is not about David Dowland, okay? Honestly, the way this world is right now, many of our military, many soldiers, or even current or former, would probably be embarrassed or might even hesitate to say that they're serving in the military or that they served in the military. Mainly because of how jacked up and woke our military has even become. Or even more than that, admit, like I'm doing right now, that they served as a cop or a police officer for the fear of getting doxxed or retribution from people from all the cop hate that's been out there the last couple years. You see, I'm not ashamed of it. I served in the Marine Corps, and I served as a police officer for 3 different police departments for over the course of 30 plus years. So I get it. And let me say this. I stand with you, Jason. I'm glad you put that video out. I hope your song, and this is the God's honest truth, gets a gazillion downloads. I hope the pressure from people like myself and from everybody else out there in social media world, for all these people standing with you about this craziness, causes not only CMT to put your video back up, but to come out and publicly apologize. I could talk all day about this stuff, folks, but I don't want to keep you too long. But let me close with this. This is why I personally believe this woke stuff continues in our world today. As a Christian man, this is what I've personally seen. Many of us Christians hesitate or even refuse to stand up for our own faith that we say we believe in. We won't even come against stuff that we know God is against, like abortion or the whole alphabet group, if you know what I'm saying. And what I mean, come against where the way we vote or the way we will come out and stand against it or not be scared to speak up about it. So whether it's standing for Christ or standing against the insanity that's going on in this country, like what just happened to Jason Aldean, we need to do better. And I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well. But anyway, don't forget to check out our merch store and get your t-shirt today. And let's call a thing a thing. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.